chasing the shit.
Yo, what's up? I'm your host, DJ Duss, with my co-host, Bamboo. Bamboo, you gotta unmute yourself. Yeah. What's up, buddy? I caught that real quick.
That's crazy. I'm like, shit. No, I was doing a circle thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, the computer, the shit we were talking about earlier, how fucking technology fucks us in the ass, right?
You know?
Ready, set, fuck off, right? That's what they give us?
Pretty much.
I get it, man. What'd you do today, brother?
Fuck off, man. I ain't do nothing today. You know what
Nothing.
I mean? Nah, man, just sit back, relax, and chill.
Dude, today's the first day in a very, very long time that I actually felt extremely old. The sore back on the right side.
Welcome to the club, bro.
And then you know, like you would have died of laughter how I hopped out the truck today. It was like one step, and the next step was extremely slow. You know what I mean?
Everything was just hurting on one side.
Yeah, but you know the thing is, it's not about how it hurts; it's how cool you make it look like it doesn't hurt. You know?
Yeah, right. Don't worry. You'll let that shit go soon. You'll be like,
dude, I'm telling you. I thought I'm straight up between me and you. I thought about just letting go and falling right the fuck down, saying fuck it. You know what I mean? Figure it all out. But I was in pain, bro. I was in pain, and you know, I got the, you know, the fuck. What is it called? That heating blanket or that heating pad, heat pad?
Yeah, all right.
Just a pad, you know, the one you plugged in? Mm-hmm. You know, the one you have to steal from your mom now because your grandmother and stuff. Yeah, I need to use one of those. Feel better now, though. I feel better now. I'm going.
Good. One of these days, on the show, I'll talk about my experience of catching pain up in the porta potty.
Yeah, maybe. So you're gonna school me on how to take care of myself, right?
Is that what you tell you? You got to work smarter, not harder, bro.
I like that. Yo, people, follow us on all major streaming platforms like Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Echo.
That's right.
Also, subscribe to our YouTube page. All our videos are on YouTube. All our videos, you can also stream it live on YouTube. It's done extremely well. It's one of the better streaming sites for sure. That's at Shooting the Shit podcast. All right. You can also stream it if you like our page at Shooting the Shit. That's Shooting the Shit. Check out our logo. Like our page. Videos are on there. You can also stream it live there and also comment. Be a part of the show. Last but not least, we don't have very many people on there, but Twitch is technically the best streaming site there is. That's at STS_podcast1. God damn, I got to go to the gym just to run, just to go through our intro, you know what I mean? It is what it is. All right, man. We have a special guest today.
Right.
We got some. This guy's great. I don't know if you had a chance to listen to his music. I do it all the time. I listen to shit all the time. Let's get our boy here. And Trippz, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's happening, fellas?
Good. I'm just gonna give everyone the heads up again. I'm still using the Scarlett Focusrite interface, so if I disappear, it's that motherfucker, and bam, we'll take care of the interview still.
There you go.
How's everything over there, brother? How's COVID and shit? How's everything treating you over there?
Over here?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. You know what? What can I say except I've had a lot of opportunities to really prioritize. And, you know, you get to kind of see how much more you appreciate shit once they, like, take it from you and, like, put it just out of reach and say, you know, one day, but not today.
It's true.
Like, and you just feel like an 8-year-old that's being withheld from his fucking favorite toy, kind of. And so, you know what? Like, as soon as the lockdown happened, I hit up my business partner and good friend Trippz. We represent a group called Doom Squad with our homeboy 9 Lives.
Right.
We're all kind of doing our own thing right now, but we've been working, you know, nonstop. As soon as the lockdown hit, you know, he hit me up and he was like, we got to make use of this or I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Right.
True.
Like, yeah, I'm 100% down. So for the first couple of weeks, we were over there at his house just writing and recording. We got about 9 songs done in about 3 sessions.
Wow.
And so, you know, we really hit the ground running when everything was at its worst.
Yeah.
And so because of that, my COVID experience was a lot less joyless.
Yeah.
And, you know, wifey was going crazy at home and, you know, everyone was feeling emotional and stuff, which, you know, no one we know has ever experienced this yet. So
never.
It's all brand new shit.
Yeah, man. It's the mystery's definitely there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we're all watching the news, checking what's next.
Uncertainty, you know?
Yeah. It's exactly what there was a comment on Facebook. You know, people post shit every day, and it was like, you know, this is the year of where we regain the appreciation of certain things, right?
Oh, 100%. One of the coolest things I think I was observing was seeing all the news reports about how wildlife is like being seen like, you know, like monumentally higher than they would have been normally, just because of all the buzz and traffic and cars and machinery, right? And like there was like whales that were like swimming close to shore. You could almost hear them singing from the land and all this shit, right? Like, so that was really cool. We took a trip. We took a trip to BC. Me and wifey went to go on the island, and the whole thing was a gamble. Like, we don't even know if we're gonna be allowed on the fucking ferry.
Wow.
Couldn't get a hold of anybody, so it was like, fuck it. We're just gonna do everything we can to get over there. You know, we got homies on the other side. Should be fine. Otherwise, you know, you'd see more about it on social media. But everything was a mystery, like you were saying. So, but everything was cool. We like stayed in this dope little Airbnb, and in like the middle of a forest. And then we met up with some homies over in Port Alberni, and they took us to this really popular beach on the island called I think it was called Long Beach, which I thought was really funny. But they were like, yo, this beach is usually bumping. And we're walking on, it was a little chilly, but we were walking on this beach, and it was us and a couple of like parasailers, and that was it. And they were like, you know, we've been on the island our entire lives, and we've never witnessed this kind of peace.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I'm like, wow, that's impactful. You know what I mean? So
you gotta enjoy it. You gotta enjoy
you know, hopefully, you know, the majority of people, you know, tried to find something and drive into it. But obviously there's, you know, there's people out there that are just losing it. But
well, if you think about it, you know, 8, 9, 10 years old, back when you was playing your Atari and your ColecoVision, and you know what I mean? You really think COVID would have messed with you? Nope, because you'd have been sitting in the house playing your game all day. Donkey Kong, this, that. COVID wouldn't affect you, but your life changed. So things in your life change, and that's what it is. It's the fact that you're sitting back going, damn, I need to go do this. I can't do that. They closed this down. This, you know what I mean? So I get it. People are freaking out, but if you think about it, if you go back to basics, we really don't need too much, right? You know what I mean? You can get through it.
Of course we are.
100%.
We are. It's just, you know, again, it's a quick adjustment, right? It's a quick adjustment, and you know, Trippz is like taking care of some music. You know, you're doing some music. We do the podcast too. You know, we try to keep everyone, you know, engaged and entertained in a certain way, and keeping us busy also, right? So, but let's start from the beginning, buddy. Where were you born and raised?
Edmonton, Alberta, all the way, man. I've never lived anywhere else.
Yeah. How is it like living in Edmonton?
Musically, like coming up in like hip hop in Edmonton, it was like pretty difficult to like establish any kind of like name or like momentum, because it was like, you know, there was a really, really unique group of people that fucked with local hip hop, but Alberta is like a workers' province, man. Like people come here from all over the place to just work. Nobody gives a fuck about you or your. Don't stop me in the fucking street to sell me a fucking CD, kid. You know what I mean? Like, that's preposterous. Like, I have shit to do. Like, you just cost me $100 for 10 seconds sitting and buy a fucking CD. So, like, you know, in the general public, like, but it's funny because, like, that's probably like my best skill is like chopping albums and like that hand to hand. Like, you know, like. You know, I have a way with like kind of figuring out how I can take this and make you decide that you want it or need it, right? And that was like, so I would consider this place kind of like hip hop boot camp. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Because it really, like, me and my friends, like, it really, really like tempered us and prepared us for like the ultimate rejection out there. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I did 100, I did 200-300 empty shows in Edmonton before I went across the country and experienced that. You know what I mean? So like, and by that time we were just like, whatever, man, that's a fucking paid rehearsal, baby boy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's fucking right, it is.
Perspective of like, you know, what's a win? Well, we got to travel. You know what I mean? We, you know, we're meeting people. You know what I mean? And if this one sucks, we go try it again tomorrow over there. So. I think that Edmonton kind of instilled in us that that kind of hustle spirit that you need, because and especially like most of me and my people did like entry level shit to get us to the next studio session. None of us ever like, I have a couple of rapper homies that were like in the trades or like making money or whatever. Most of us are like in and out of call center jobs. You know what I mean? Like, whatever the fuck. Hopefully no one sees me here. And fucking, where was I even going with that? I think it was, oh shit. I'm off the. It was funny.
Good, bro.
Before we jumped on, y'all were talking about.
Take a bowl.
Y'all were talking about like how backs were hurting and shit, and I was backstage giggling because earlier today, I like was doing chores, pulled my back, then I had to get on my parents' roof and do the gutters. And then I had to drive around town. It was trash, and so I'm like, yeah, no, I'm old as fuck now. Like I just on the second, and I'm like, I feel this too hard, like. So if I end up losing my train of thought, it's because my homegirl Megan gave me a T3 and
it's all good, brother. We're all here to shoot this shit anyways. I got a funny story. I got a funny story about an injury though.
Yeah.
There's a really good friend of mine, right? And I see him at his parents' restaurant, and he's fucked up. His back's fucked up. He's getting up, and he's doing and he's like, man, I'm like, fuck, you good? He's like, yeah. I'm like, how'd you hurt your back? And he looked at me for a second, knowing that he's going to tell me the truth, but he doesn't want to. And he said, I hurt my back brushing my teeth.
No.
And I'm like, this is what we're coming to now. No cool stories anymore. Nothing.
It's old people shit, man. It's old people shit.
Fucking cough's going to take us out soon, man.
So, yo, brother, who influenced you in hip-hop, my man?
I remember the day. I was in daycare. It was daycare. That's where I was.
These fucking guys, they always start young. You notice that, man?
I was like 11, you know? I was like 11. And somebody snuck in. Like, we had a stereo. We were allowed to play whatever. But the content was always like, you know, inspected, right? But someone played like a much dance mix, you know, the mixed artist CDs.
Yeah.
And so on that album, I think it was 97, but on that album was like Eminem, KRS-One, Biggie, Diddy. You know what I mean? Like it was a I'm gonna pull this up. I want to find out.
So this album was like no one burnt this album. This was an actual. We bought it at the store.
You know the Much Dance.
Yes.
Yes.
It was one of those ones. I'm pretty sure it was 97. I'm pretty sure. One sec. I'm pulling this up right now.
There was the dance mix guy, and there was that other dude.
Yo, Biggie, Hypnotized, LL doing it, Wyclef, Trying to Stay Alive.
I think I had that
Robin, CD. Savage Garden, Hanson.
Yes.
So it was like, you know,
yeah,
P. Diddy, where is it? KRS-One, Eminem and Dr. Dre. Like, it was like, you know what I mean? Like, this was that one. And you know what? It's funny because I started getting into rap or whatever. I found myself a copy of I Got Next by KRS-One, and my mom just copped a minivan. She just hopped that like out of the old Chevy, fucking whatever, red rusty thing. Got herself a fucking little white fucking Dodge minivan, and that was like, you know, that was like the first come up that I remember as a kid. And I'm like, this has a CD player. I got a fucking CD. This is real. And so I would put the shit in, and my mom was just like, I don't know, like, how old was I? It was 97, so I was 7, and no, it was like 2001 already, because it was an old CD, and I was like 11, 12. And I'm playing this CD, and my mom must have had some like preconceived notion, because like it was Rapture's Delight, that step into and the hook is like, yes, y'all, you don't stop. KRS-One, rock on. It was like so rated. It was like the most rated G hook available.
True.
And like my mom, she was like, what is this garbage? This is garbage. I'm like, what? Like, I remember, like, you know, like, what do you even mean? Like, yo, I heard play a song by Jewel, and the bitch said shitty food, and like, what do you mean? Like, and she was like, yes, y'all, get arrest warrants.
She made a remix.
I was like, get arrest warrants. Hold on a minute here. I'm like, he's saying his fucking name, mom. Like, I had to like really defend hip hop the first like little bit, like because she like, first of all, it was fast and she wasn't really interested in hearing. She wasn't really listening, and then she would like misinterpret some shit, and I'd have to like run it back. It's actually funny because later down the road, like before I even got into smoking weed or whatever, I was really into Afro Man, and I was like, my whole selling point was like, no, mom, like you don't understand. He ruined his life because he smoked weed. That's wrong. You know what I mean? Like whatever. Like shut the fuck up. But that she still bumps that song to this day. So and same with bum bum bum.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
She was like, well, it's not fucking going anywhere. Like I might as well find some shit I enjoy, right? So yeah, KRS-One and Eminem are probably my two strongest influences. After that, man, Chaos was like the first rap concert I ever went to. DMX, I really was into DMX.
He was fun.
Anyone with a deep voice, basically, I was all over that shit. I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Like I don't know.
And you can drop a DMX track and everyone knows it's him. That voice is it's one of a kind for sure.
My man's in there.
I love like I shocked my parents with the Doggy Style album from Snoop Dogg.
Oh yes.
That was their heart attack though.
It's smooth, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like
it was so nice. Even though I wasn't doing any of those things then, but I mean so it's funny. So you like that was the first heart attack I gave them, and it was just like they just looked at me like, what? Like they almost feel like they failed as a parent. I'm telling you right now, they're just like, but it's like they just don't get it. But whatever. They, you know what? They went through the same shit with their parents with whatever the fuck they were listening to. So,
homeboy that's commenting said MOP. I didn't even get into them until like I was like 25 already, and I'm like, who the fuck are these niggas?
See, as a kid,
because as a kid, around me was like, you don't know? I'm like, no, I don't know. Tell me.
It sucks. I as a DJ, I've even pulled that like, whoo, and they're like, really? And you look like you're a fucking retard. But at least I'm being honest. But the thing is, I remember as a kid, I don't know, like, bam, because you were already in New York, so music's already getting thrown at you. Us in Ottawa is like, whatever was on fucking Rap City or whatever it was. So our buddy had an older brother, and that's when we got to learn Biggie and Snoop Dogg. And then when I found out about a year or so later that when Dr. Dre was actually with Eazy-E and Ice Cube, my head almost blew up. I didn't know there was NWA. Like, I found out later. You're like, those three were together? Like, you're just like, what the fuck, man? Like, you know what I mean? Then you start digging, and that's when you're just like, wow, that's dope. Oh, yeah. E-Rock's mentioning Onyx, too. I love Sticky Fingers.
Yo,
man.
Fun fact, when I first heard Forgot About Dre with M and Dre, I straight up thought that, like, because I didn't know shit about it, I straight up thought that Dre was like a white, like Fred Durst looking motherfucker, and Eminem was like this skinny, bald-headed nigga. And that's really what I thought I was listening to for like the longest time until I finally got my hands on an album. And I'm like, whoa. So that's Dre I hear? Like, what? No, the album says Eminem, you fucking idiot. So yeah,
that's fucking hilarious.
Their racial roles were totally reversed when I first stumbled on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, with us was what was his first? My Name Is, and the first thing I went through was my first initial thought was, we finally have a white rapper.
Yeah.
And this is the fucking song? Like, I was like, no. I was initially my first like, oh no, this is bad.
You've had white rappers before that?
I know, but this dude is, he's the one working with Dre, and he's blowing the fuck up.
One. Yeah.
And he was the one who does, like the one that was supposed to, everyone's like, oh my God, we're seen. And then all of a sudden you're like, what the fuck was this weirdo saying, And then you get to listen to the rest of his album, and it's like, okay, dude's dope. But I mean, that was my first initial introduction to it, and I was like, fuck. Who okay, like, bam, you say first, like, we had other white rappers. Who came to mind, though, for you?
Vanilla Ice.
Nah, see?
True.
But then, you know what? The Beastie Boys are iconic. They're not really like, for me. I do appreciate their ad-lib game. Their back and forth
you
shit.
can do that, But the Beastie Boys are the building foundation blocks of hip hop.
Of hip hop, I know they're iconic. You can't deny the Beastie Boys.
But a lot of people tend to, look them over.
Well, they're a little bit cheesy, right? But what can you do? What can you do in a primarily black, still really oppressive culture?
Okay,
you gotta kind of be.
So everybody, a lot of people give
ICP. Whoop whoop.
A lot of people give M.
I could be fair and say they're clowns, but whatever.
They are. But you can see a lot of people give M a lot of credit because he's dissing white rappers, black rappers, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
But he's not the first white rapper to do that. You understand? Because Third Base went at MC Hammer. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of people just forget about Third Base.
Absolutely.
Searching all these dudes. And those cats had bars. You understand? When they spit, they had bars. So you had white rappers before M. Now, don't get me wrong. M lyrical game is up there. Don't get me wrong. He's a student of the game, and you got to respect his flow. And you got to respect this game on that, right? But you had cats that came in and made their mark for all white rappers to be like, I could do that shit too. You get what I'm saying? So,
one thing I will say about the timeline, though, is like I was born in 1990. And so, like I said, I didn't get into anything hip-hop until 2001 and 2. You know what I mean? So, and then I had to backtrack from then on.
Right.
But one thing I did come to understand about music is same time I got into it, same time I learned about beatboxing and all that shit, it was right at the beginning of the digital download era.
Yes.
So at that point, music was moving so fucking fast.
Yeah.
It was you would just find some shit to get you by the day, and then it was you relied on that. And it was only until you had a weekend that you would write shit down on month. What am I gonna download? And then you fucking get off the fucking phone and you'd hit the fucking hit the shit, and you would have a certain window to get it. You get frustrated, and you go fuck, and then whatever, you try again next week. But it was it was still obviously slow and had buzz, but it was you were getting it so quick, and anything that wasn't the slightest bit to your liking, it was just you just dismissed it, and so. It was really hard to backtrack, and a lot of my old head friends are kind of resentful of me for my ignorance to the old school.
Yep.
But I take it as it comes. At the end of the day, I gotta take it as it comes. It's gotta hit me in the face, or I'm not out there looking for it because there's so much of it abundantly present right in front of me that it's almost overwhelming.
Right, but you don't see the mistakes as being made because you haven't looked in the past.
For sure, but I'm willing to openly admit that. You know what I mean? I just kind of a forward-moving.
You see that, right? You see that?
What?
Now, put that back up for a second. Right? With E-Rock. Okay, you see that, right?
Yeah.
Now, officially, that's not a true statement, but it is in the same sentence, right? The reason why is she wasn't the first. Well, she wasn't the first rapper. You know what I mean? First female
Mention
rapper.
who it is, just in case people listen on Spotify.
Okay, Blondie, right?
Okay.
They're saying Blondie was the first rapper. She was the first female rapper on wax. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
On a record. You get what I'm saying? But she wasn't the first female rapper. You get what I'm saying? They had female rappers before that. But now, bringing up Blondie, when you're talking about how you popped in your CD in your mom's caravan and that step into the world, that's Blondie, dog.
Word,
you understand?
That's
that
Blondie?
hook, that's Blondie's hook from her fucking
actually.
song Rapture.
No.
You understand? No wonder your mom freaked out about it because she's like, I don't want to hear this shit. It make me feel old. That's why. You understand?
No doubt.
You see? So that's what I'm trying to show.
See,
but it just to show you how if you don't know the past, you can't even look at your future, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So a lot of hip hop mistakes is being made because these cats is just going out there saying anything and everything. And I'm like, you got Nas and Lauryn Hill, If I Rule the World. I'm like, wait, that's Curtis Blow. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they bringing things back, and a lot of people just, not hooked. But you young, you'll get it, bro. You get it.
Yeah,
you know
I'm not that young. I'm like 30 now. I'm not feeling that young these days. Yo, my worst backstory, by the way.
Yeah.
I threw my back out sneezing one time.
See, the sneezing and coughing will take you out.
I'm going to get a beer.
The sneezing and coughing will take you out, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, just and then that's your day. You're just yo.
Man, and then try to explain that to your fucking boss once you get back to. You're like, dude, listen, man, I took a hard one.
Don't look in my eye right now, and then just tell me that I'll be okay.
So talking about how you're talking about being, the downloading error. Do you know what I found with what's wrong with the downloading error is that you were saying that it's so fast, which I totally agree with you.
Which it was.
But the problem do I find now is you know how it was growing up, Bam? A certain song would mean a certain summer or a certain part of your life.
Yep.
It's moving so fast. I don't think the kids today are getting that moment with music.
No, not at all.
You know, you put on a track, like I was talking to Alex, one of the guys that were replying, like it was still in the download era, but I remember Moneymaker by Ludacris. It was the first time we went to an after hours in Montreal, and there's this girl that she just popped out her titties and there was just juggling. So you can never forget that moment in your life. You're just like, holy fuck, she's swinging her titties at us. That was the song that was playing. You know what I mean? So there's certain moments, but I find that I just don't think that, because back in the day, it would be like one song would hit a chart, and it would slowly come down. Well, his next hit would be hitting the chart. Now you see an album drop and all 18 tracks are on the chart somehow. So you don't really get those moments.
Charts feel kind of irrelevant now.
Oh, big time. It absolutely is.
You know what I mean? Like there's obviously still a large portion of people that do the radio and, you know, the sound scan, and, you know, people are paying attention to that, and it obviously defines kind of like who's at the top of the musician market. Obviously, it still has a place in existence, but it's like when it comes to like that's purely like a clout tool. Like no fan gives a fuck if their favorite song was number one. Well, I guess they kind of do, like, oh yeah, but it's not like it's like, well, because it moves so fast. Like I think that's one pieces of the data that are so irrelevant in the average listener's
but
threshold.
It divides the masses. You know what I mean? If if everybody's gonna be a fan of someone, I get it. You get what I'm saying? But if you can't establish a nice fan base that you consistently hit in the charts to a certain degree, whenever you go to perform, your venues are going to be very small. You get what I'm saying? And now you got to sit there and try to convert their friends to be your fans and so on. You know, you're gonna have to put in a lot more work. I understand that, and I get it. Which it should be. It should be that way, because ain't nothing like an underground flow session. You know what I mean? You get in the club and you just turn it out, and everybody in the place be like, "Yo, that dude was nasty." You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I know how it feels. You know, so it should be like that, but it got oversaturated where it's like only one artist was on the fucking charts for fucking 6 weeks. You know what I mean?
I got a question for the both of you. When it comes to awards, what do you think what does it take for them to win an award? I'll give you why I'm asking you this question. I DJ'd, realistically, Bam, probably 150, 200 times in 1 year, right? You know, spread out, multiple people, different venues, etc. I have an idea of what people fucking liked. I know what was requested a shitload. So when I would watch an award, I'm like, well, fuck, people busted my balls for this song, and it wouldn't be the one that would win. So it's like I'm out there a lot with random strangers at different places and, different towns and stuff. And it's like,
different towns, different songs, but the radio was looking at your numbers, what you're selling, how many times.
That's what I mean. So there's something odd about that. That's what I mean. I don't know. When you're out there, what people are really enjoying, and then you watch these fucking awards, and it's full of shit.
And that's why you watch these rappers.
But here's the thing, like, but that perspective is like you look like you might have a nice broad taste for music, and that's surprisingly not the majority. A lot of people are really narrow-minded when it comes to what they like, because they don't want it to disrupt their day. They don't like abrasive things. Their sole purpose in listening to music is to get them from home to work, and then from work to home, and then they don't ever think about it. So it's like, it's the path of least resistance musically. Like, you gotta have to kind of have an artistic passion for it to really get into the fucking eclectic underground niche ass artists. And and one thing I do know about awards this year, fellas, I just applied for the Junos. I've never done anything like that. I didn't know you had to apply. I just thought they'd
give you a phone call.
Just call you like, yeah, come on down.
Yeah.
Like they have your info already just because, you fucking shit. Like, I just assumed it was some magical process, and the FBI was involved, and they would just be like, yo, he's over there. He's at his house right now. But no, like, so that's another thing. Like, a lot of these people have a very kind of, they turn their nose up at any kind of like structure, the academy. They're like, fuck the academy. I did this myself. A lot of these guys are like, the same place that got them there is the same thing that would prevent them from applying or having someone that represents them applying for these awards. Because I don't know if that's how the Emmys or the fucking, you know what I mean?
Could
I don't know
man.
how it all works, but I just found out that the process involves an application.
And then you're gonna come in and they're gonna be like, "Where's your envelope for your winning?"
Yeah. So like now, like I sent it there, and maybe some midget took it in a suitcase and running around with it. But what I do know is I have no idea what the process is after that. But it sounds like you have to apply, and then maybe there's a committee that bumps the shit. And so I don't know if maybe it's like an electoral college. Maybe there's a place you could like suggest artists, but I think primarily it gets handled through that hourglass.
What did the application consist of? Was there
So the only reason I decided to do it this year, I didn't really feel very prepared, but I did meet some of the criteria. I released some songs within the timeline, and that kind of shit. And this year specifically, there was some rap and R&B categories that were sponsored by TD Bank.
Okay.
And so the submission fee was nothing up to a certain date or whatever.
Okay.
And I've been talking to some people about just kind of progressing my career forward and some of the necessary stuff I got to do. So we're trying to legitimize some of my actions out here and, just get it all on paper that I'm doing this. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm 30 now. This ain't a hobby. I'm trying to why am I missing elements? So that's kind of also what 2020 has provided me is kind of a vehicle to really get where I want to be in terms of self-employed, seeing, multiple sources of income coming in from creativity and that kind of thing. Cause it's all stuff that I do. It's rapper shit. But anyway, there's this one guy, his name's Kyle Kraft, and he does grant writing and stuff like that. He also advises and helps to educate artists about what's required to succeed in the music industry. And most artists around my way know who this guy is, and he's got a pretty extensive history of advising and consulting artists. And so we've been emailing back and forth about some of my goals and stuff like that. And I think he was on one of the committees, and it was, without him emailing me back and forth and just reminding me yo, this shit's free, nigga. What are you doing? Get shit in, bro. What's you get in front of the panel, and even if you don't win, they know who you are now, and you can keep submitting, and maybe it'll be a smoother process. Start now is the fucking point. And obviously he has to eat, I'm it wasn't his job, but this was the information that he was willing to give to me free of charge. He was just I've been, and it was a lot more encouraging for someone on the other side to be bro, I'm not seeing your name come through. What's going on? This shit's free, bro, right? So I'm let's do it. Got a couple in. It was the last day before the free shit was over, and so what it was my basic information. I had to create an account, and then I had to provide, the audio and the link and the date that it was released.
Okay.
And obviously I had to pick the categories that they fell under, some background kind of stuff. There wasn't really too much personal stuff. It was pretty robotic, pretty straightforward. Had I not been high out of my fucking gourd, I would have been able to do it in fucking 5 minutes, but it was 2 hours for the 3 songs that I did submit, and one of them I fucked up, so it may disqualify. But I got 2 songs in, one for rap and one for R&B.
There you go.
But fuck it, man. That's just one of the many things I'm trying to do. It's real,
Absolutely, man.
Dig it.
So how old were you when you first start taking this game seriously? Recording, getting your tracks done on CD.
Man, I was 29 years old when I really took things seriously.
Yeah.
29 years old. I thought I was taking things seriously from 18 onward, but realistically, seeing how much is involved now, I haven't really had skin in this game since last year. And that was when That was when my closest friends stopped doing all the work for me. That was when I had to figure out who I was as an independent artist. That was when I decided that no, this isn't a fucking game, and I don't want to have to go and explain my ass job to my parents every Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
this is real. I'm done, you know, making excuses for why I haven't blown up yet. And the bottom line is I haven't worked hard enough.
True enough.
I make amazing music, and I've been making amazing music for as long as I can remember. But the bottom line is that is not what matters. So let's do it for real, right?
That's a fantastic answer. A lot of people, you're right. They think they're doing something serious, but they're really not. You know what I mean? We're surrounded around a lot of people like that.
Yep.
You know what? Everybody's doing one or two things right. I want to be fucking killing it everywhere.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yes.
So if you wanted to turn somebody into a fan of your music, what would be the first track you put them on?
Oh man. Well, see, that's a hard one because I have a lot of unreleased music.
Okay.
And it just so happens that a lot of my unreleased music is my favorite. And I just wish that I could like upload this music privately and just bump it on my own private Spotify and get those numbers up, because I would be fat paid off my own plays already.
That's dope.
But if I were to steer someone to a song that's been released, I would probably, because like I said, I'm a fucking millennial and forward is the only way I want to look. I would probably turn them to my most recent cypher with my good buddy Trippz. He just put out the Day and Night Volume 1 cypher, and that's on YouTube and Spotify. Okay. Or I would turn them to my most recent release, which is called Trap Drone. I'm gonna have some visuals coming on for that in about a month, but that's available on all streaming platforms.
Gotcha.
Trap Drone. It's good. It's all about hustling in the future. It's all about getting that bag.
Oh yeah,
adapting.
I like that.
The world is changing.
So, who are some of the current the producers you're currently working with right now?
So, primarily, I have. When I was younger, there was this producer out of the Netherlands. His name was Tantu. And he's like one of the dopest hip hop producers I'd ever found. My good buddies Venice and Toast. You know, there was a lot of rappers in Edmonton. Once I found the community, it was like huge. But like, you know, to the average public, it was like rapper, what? But yeah, like, so these dudes, Venice and Toast, good buddies of mine, they're like, you know, they're way more hip hop than me. Like, they're just doing it like just to have fun with it. But they found this guy in the Netherlands, and this guy in the Netherlands like fucked with him heavy and like gave him a bunch of beats to fuck with. And so like we're going through beats, you know, we're chilling, smoking weed. I'm like, who the fuck is this fucking guy that you're what the fuck is this? By this point, like I'd only rapped on like sound click beats, you know. I never thought of my fucking life. It was my buddy Trippz making beats, or my buddy Sonic making beats, or I was stealing them off the internet. But his name's Tantu. He's out of the Netherlands. And once I had any kind of like foreseeable budget, I'm like, just take my fucking money, please. And I bought like probably 20 or 30 beats off this man. And like, it's probably for the best, because I guarantee you his prices went up, because now he's on YouTube getting like millions of views on his beats. And like, good for him. He's so fucking talented. I'm just sad he doesn't really talk to me anymore because he's busy and way more famous. Whatever, dude. But you know, Tantu Beats, I've been sitting on a lot of his beats. I'm still going to be putting out beats on Tantu Beats like for the rest of my life. Nice. But my best friend and rap partner Trippz is probably one of the most talented composers I've had the privilege of working with. And he has beats, you know, affordable, exclusive beats. So if y'all want to like, you know, get some beats, then holler at Trippz. I'm sure he's got some like, I'm not sure where he sells his beats, but find him on the internet, because
there's probably
available.
Right.
They all have some
Also-
sort of like some sort of website they sell their beats on. Yeah.
Yeah, my good buddy Sonic, Sonic Hip Hop, he made the majority of my beats in my youth, and you know, he's still cooking up beats, and I'm still sitting on beats of his that I'm probably gonna eventually put out. We used to cop beats off this local dude named Stress. I'm not sure what he's up to these days, but he's very talented as well. It was really localized, you know.
Yeah, you got a lot of talent in the town, you know.
Do you find when you first started that you had access after you started Northern? Was there a lot of easy access of getting beats?
For a while there, I was pretty spoiled with the beats. Yeah, I was spoiled.
See, Bam, you didn't have that privilege, eh?
No.
No.
You know, a lot of people they make beats, but then I was also picky too, right? You know. What I mean?
Yeah, you're allowed to.
You know,
You're fine.
You know, I'm a little picky too because not everybody, do what I like. You know what I mean? My way of, it's a nice beat, but I don't want to fuck with it. You know what I mean? You know. So, but yeah, do you remember your first performance, and what was your biggest performance?
First performance.
Those are always good
ones. In a junior high.
Okay, yeah.
How was you feeling
South
about that?
Central side of Edmonton called Harry Ainley. And I came and I did the one song I had ever done. And it was my homie's set. And there was, I think, 11 or 12 people there. And
There always is the first show.
it was fucking terrifying, I will tell you.
Oh, yeah, man.
But my first real show was at this place called B Scene Studios, and I was rapping with my boy Kripel and his good buddy and my good buddy now, Bagpipes. We were in this thing called Cryptic Minds. It was like the first rap group I was a part of.
Right.
And but this place, it was like where I met the majority of my friend circle at the time. It was like they were all rapping at this show. It was like Brothers Grimm, Stripes, Pravelli Paragon, and K-Riz, and like I think there was some other people who I can't remember, but there was like a lot of people that I now know and respect as musical equals here in Edmonton.
Right.
But the biggest show I ever did was fuck. That's a hard one, man. We've done some fucking pretty incredible shows.
That's good.
The biggest one we probably did would probably be Machine Gun Kelly.
Okay.
Yeah, we opened for Machine Gun Kelly. That was big. But it's hard to because we rapped at Shambhala, and that was like big in my eyes. Like we rapped, and we did Boonstock as well, which was another big ass festival here in Alberta. And those crowds were in the thousands and thousands, but it was also very spread out, and everyone was day drunk, and you're at a festival just to kind of fill the place with noise. So it's but yeah, our biggest show was probably MGK.
You ended up performing here in Ottawa, haven't you?
I think. Give me 1 second.
Was it Mansion or Bourbon Room?
Our big tour.
This guy has a list.
We did not do Ottawa. We did. No Ottawa. But I remember being in Ottawa.
Okay.
And so I imagine we might have done an Ottawa show, but there was also a few shows that were not good. And so just struck them from the memory.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. But you should ask me what my most interesting show was.
Let's do it.
All right. Let
Because
us know.
we were in this very rural town in rural ass Ontario called New Lisker, and it was not looking good. It was not. We pulled up and we did sound check or whatever, and the bar was fine, but we could hear the crickets from out, from inside. It was there was there was not even anybody. There was not even a car on the nearest highway. I don't know if there's a show tonight, boys. Type of shit. The hotel was like, I could see the hotel from the venue. And so I'm like, can I please just like hang out there until like one person shows up and then I'll come? Like, you know, like this sucks. I hope you know. And me and this dude, BGK, he was on the tour as well. We like forgot our weed at the hotel. So we're like, yeah, yes, we gotta get the weed. Yes, please. Yeah. And like we hopped in the whip, even though we could see the thing. It was like down the road, but we're like, blip, 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 blip.
Oh yeah.
We're like idling to the hotel, right? Like we took our sweet ass time, dragging our ankles, getting our weed. We come back, we blub 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 our way back to the venue. We like parked right in front, like it was like the bar was at, you know, across the street there was a parking lot, and that's where we sat, facing the parking lot. And like I'm like twisting weed and I'm like looking down and I could hear him. He's looking right at the doors and he can't stop sighing, you know, like we're like physically depressed at this point from even having to be here. And I'm like, you know, he's like, bro, I'm like, dog, I don't want to. And he's like, I don't want to fucking. I'm like, dude, I don't want to fucking do this.
You gotta do it, kid.
And I'm like, bro, but yeah, we're there. I'm like twisting the weed that I knew would be the weed I'd play before, playing for a couple of bartenders and a really pissed off promoter. And all of a sudden we just hear this noise, you know? I'm like, what is that? It sounds like a party, you know?
Right.
And at this point, I'm ready to go pay people to come and watch us rap. Like, people, where the fuck are they? Tell them to come, you know what I mean? But they're coming to the bar, and I'm looking down the road, and there's just like
people,
a fucking parade of humans coming towards the bar. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? And so I had a brief moment of like, yo, nigga, are we famous? Are we famous, nigga? What the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck? We're in New Lister. Like, what the fuck? And we're watching them as they're getting closer, and like,
nah, they not coming in.
There's a lot of hippies in this fucking parade of people.
Right,
like, this is a really obscure group of people. They like showed up, a bunch of them flooded in, but a couple of them just started fucking hula hooping in front of the bar. And like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, it became weird really fast. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, these niggas aren't here for us. These niggas aren't here for us. And I guarantee you, when they find out it's $15 at the door, they're going to be like, bye.
Peace.
And they're going to go wherever the fuck they came from. And they're going to hold hands and, you know, we're going to say goodbye to the opportunity forever. Watch. And I'm sparking this doobie and I'm watching. And I can literally hear from the van, $15? And I watch they flood out of the building and down the street. And I'm like, man, somebody's got to do something. Like, what is that? You would have had no money. You know what I mean? Like, what is your fucking... And as soon as I'm thinking this, the promoter comes out and he's like waving. He's like, $5! And they turn right back around and like 70, 80, 90 of these fucking hippies just roll in. And we're like, fuck, I gotta go meet these people. We hop out of the van and we're like, yo, what's all your deals? Like, what? Where'd you come from? You know what I mean? Like, we thought we were sore thumbs out there, but no. They're like, yo, we're tree planters, and we got a surprise day off. Wow. And we're here because it's the only place to be. And we want to get drunk and listen to good music. And I'm like, fuck, you fucking stay right there. We're going to give that to you. And, yeah, out of nowhere, man. We rocked a show for like fucking 80 tree planters.
Nice.
And it was like the coolest fucking shit I think I'd ever fucking witnessed.
That's dope, man.
Yes.
That's good.
That is fucking cool, man.
You have all sorts of crazy stories on the road. Shit.
I partied with those tree planters. They are not clean people, but they party hard. They party hard. They crawl out of a forest and then they get drunk in small towns. And small towns remember, but they party hard.
There you go.
That's fucking hilarious. So, Trippz, we know you're an independent artist.
Yes.
Was your goal ever, or still is, to be signed to a major record label?
No opportunity is off the table. But as an independent, I'm more than familiar with many of the ways that artists can kind of get screwed out of what could be a good deal had they figured out the details.
Yeah.
So if I were to be approached by a label, I would get the money necessary to get a music lawyer.
Yeah.
To look over whatever it is that's being offered to me.
Right.
Probably be your
I'm
best
just not
investment.
I'm just not going to get emotional about opportunities because I've been promised the world over and over and over.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So, no opportunities off the table, but I'm just going to have my wits about me if such an opportunity is to present itself. You know.
But you like how the path is that it is also open for you as an independent artist these days? You know, the whole Spotify and YouTube, etc.
You know what, man? I feel like I do enjoy the fact that when I see some substantial gains, it will be because of my hard work.
True.
Mm-hmm.
What I kind of am sad that I missed is that the golden era where, you know, had you proper representation, you could fucking get like a 2-3 album deal and fucking if you were smart with the advance and didn't blow it on a stupid house, you could fucking get what you needed to get done. You know, I would have probably tried to be really like frugal, you know, but that's obviously with like modern knowledge. So who's to say? But I really would have loved just like to be pampered like a fucking rock star back in the day. And then, you know, whatever, like, if I got fucked up that first deal, I could be one of the artists that, you know, had like a second come up.
Yeah, and why not, right?
People love that shit.
True.
They definitely do.
Yeah.
Whatever, I'm on my second come up right now.
So we seen your video. Who produced them and how much input you had in them?
Which one? I'm sorry.
All of them, man. Like, you know, how much input?
Was there any that, you know, you had less input to put in? Was there one that just, you know, saw a vision? Did you have problems trying to get your input put in, you know?
So, like, the best videos that we did were Doom Squad videos. I think I'm yet to be in my prime for Trippz solo videos. And so I think I'm probably going to refer to Doom Squad videos just because that's where the majority of my content lies.
Okay.
We did a monthly Cypher series for 4 years. Wow. And that took up the majority of our creative time.
Right.
Just because we were all like young and working and trying to figure it all out. But, you know, we would get, Kripa would either make the beat or we would get a homie to donate a beat or like we would collab on a beat. And then the goal was to put out regular content that had us in it, but we also wanted to reward anybody that was working hard in our city or near, or like anyone that, you know, at the beginning it was like local only type shit. We just wanted to like put on anybody that was working as hard as us, and that was kind of the original goal. And I think we all had a lot of say as to like creatively how it was to be approached, because, you know, 9 Lives was like made gangster rap, and Kripa was like all about like, you know, fast bars and punchlines, and I was a very philosophical backpack type. And so we were a really odd mix of fucking rappers, but we made it work together really, really well. And so I think it was because we were obviously like beyond business partners, we were all very close friends. It was like easy to see when one of us was like kind of at our wits' end with the monotony of putting out a fucking video and a song every month. You know, because like if they were expecting it and it was all everyone wanted to talk about, and even if you weren't down, you still had to fucking do it. Okay. And so it was kind of, it got, honestly for me, it got pretty joyless by the end of it, but it was probably like what I can attribute the most to like the attention that we've received was from that consistency, and so I really appreciate that. But anyway, who produced it? Everybody from Sonic to Kripa to Tantu donated one. You know, Stress did one a collab with Kripa. It was mostly Kripa beats. and Sonic was usually the guy mixing. Sonic does our videos. Sonic does our graphic design. Sonic does our photography. Sonic does
Big up to
fucking
Sonic.
everything. Sonic. The answer to your question to
Hold on a second. Why are we interviewing you? Where's Sonic? Where's
Sonic is like self-taught, you know.
That's awesome.
He used to rap, and now he's like videographer, photographer, website designer, graphic designer, fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
shop,
he does everything that we could possibly need.
That's
and you know what? And it's so funny because like me and Kripo sometimes like, man, like we could move. It's cold. It's really cold here. And you know, whatever. We've been here a long time. Like we could see some new shit. Like this is also on the table. And he's like, Sonic though, and I'm like, fuck. All right, I guess I'll buy another winter coat. Fuck.
Or you just pay for him to come with you.
He's got kids. The nigga's got kids, and the whole, you know, like it's different if you ain't got kids. You can just be like, sell half your shit and fucking go wherever you want. But if it's like, as soon as you like, you know, you got roots, you don't want to.
Yeah,
you're done.
Work.
You stuck.
That's work. It's not even about starting fresh in a new city. It's about sitting with that fucking brat in the U-Haul for any longer than 40 minutes. It's like, we're living right here. We're living right here forever. So this kid can drive his own car. You know, that's why parents don't move much.
Gotcha.
By the way, I'm putting out my new line of children's chewable sedatives for travel.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
extremely useful on the plane. I'll tell you that.
Better than that.
And the whole Drake is gonna be. I was out like a light. It'll just be kids in the back, like on the window. You know what I mean? Like they got the twins and they're like leaning on each other and shit. I was out like a light. Slept through the flight. We're like, yo, children's chewable.
Sonic.
Dude, it would be a number one seller for traveling. I'm telling you, ever go on a plane and you watch, you know, that couple that walks in with that newborn and you're like, you're gonna fuck up this whole flight. You want to
just stand up and say, get out, turn around,
I don't know,
feed it.
Because you know what, I'm the type of nigga to fall asleep at a root canal. You know?
Oh man, I wish.
I'll sleep through any and everything. My only thing is I hate turbulence. So I'm out, drooling, snoring. As soon as there's turbulence, I'm up, gasping, clutching the seat. And then as soon as it's over, I'm like, oh, okay. But it's like, it's like, I don't notice much.
See, me and Bam, we travel together, and there's another friend of ours, Jesse, and this fucking guy brings all his gear, bro. I'm talking about laptops and headphones, and you know, and it's all prepared. He prepares the whole nine at the big ass back and
like the carry-on.
The neck thing. He has his entertainment section, and he literally presses play and gets knocked the fuck out, just falls asleep. And the whole time I'm peeking at him, being like, "Lend me your gear." You know? Give me your headphones. You know what I mean? Like,
he's like, I was watching that.
You're not even. I know you grab his head. He wakes up again. You're like, son of a bitch, man. Like, And I just try when I travel. I try to bring as least amount of shit as possible. This guy's bringing every. One time he switched rooms. Me and Bam had to carry his wife's luggage, help him bring it upstairs. Whoa. I knew what bag was Jesse's, so I left it with Bam.
Back out.
I left Bam
with that back out.
Fucking guy's lifting. He's like, Jesus Christ! I know this thing is fucking. It's like there's bricks. The guy brings his own pillows, probably blankets. He does it all, man. I gotta give a fuck.
Get upstairs in the room and I open up his motherfucking bag. It's like a candy store. Bing,
yeah. Candies.
Everything. I'm like, oh, you gotta give me some of these. Give me some of those for lifting this shit. You know what I mean?
I did.
Well, you know what? I'm the same way. And like honestly, like I have big ass clothes. Like at the end of the day, like I just got big sweaters, jeans. I like being well covered. Like that's kind of my steez. And so travel is like I could travel light, but it's not light. You know what I mean?
I try. As long as I'm lighter than Jesse, I'm good. Yeah.
Every tour I've been on though, we've had to make room for a literal tote of Kripel's shoes. That's fact. It's a literal fucking merch tote.
Yeah. That's fucking.
And you know what? Whatever. It's like his one thing. Well, he's got a couple things, but whatever.
Man, you're bad for shoes too when you travel, no?
Yeah. I have to, you know. Yeah. I'm gonna wear these today, wear those tonight, wear that tomorrow. You know what I mean?
I'll bring the new pair of kicks on the trip, but you bring them all. Fuck yeah.
Bring them all. You never know.
All my
Trippz.
friends make fun of how little I give a shit about my fashion. I'm trying to change that in my older years, but
It gets harder,
don't
bro.
give a shit. Yeah.
It gets harder. So, is there, like, in the future of some sort, did you ever think about another producer, a big name producer, or an artist that you'd love to collaborate with?
Timbaland.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah.
Dre Obbs, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Scott Storch.
Oh, I know. You're naming some classics. What about artists? Is there anyone that you have a hook ready for them in your mind, or?
Oh man. I would
someone
love
that
to
can compliment.
Yeah. I would love to give a hook to Kendrick.
Oh yeah.
Tech Nine.
Oh yeah.
Shit. Eminem. He might drop another album. You never know. He's retired about 6 times.
True.
He might come back with another one. I'll give him a hook. Shit.
Kendrick's on the new Busta Rhymes album.
Is he? I haven't seen, and like it hasn't come across my fucking small window of attention. So
out in 4 days, it came up. There was someone that popped up the whole. Fuck, man, he has a shitload of great features on there, bro.
Busta, eh?
Yeah.
Like a whole album?
A whole album.
Okay, I'm right after this. I'm bumping that.
Yeah, check it out. I think it's out in 4 days. But check it out.
Okay,
I think it's out in 4 days. But it's dope. Like his features, he got some really great features.
You realize how long it's been since I've anticipated something? You just allowed me that opportunity, so thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, that's my feeling too. And I was looking through his music list. I was like, God damn, I really am excited to listen to this. It's definitely, yeah, you're right. The anticipation is there.
All my homies are raving about that Nas album, but I still haven't had the time to even crack it. So
neither have I.
Yeah, I suffer from what people refer to as selective ignorance, and it comes and goes. I'm in the middle of an outburst right now, though.
I haven't even bothered to search out for it. I'll wait till it come to me. You know what I mean? So
that's kind of how I have to do it. Otherwise, it's too much.
You know. And shit. So, top 5 rappers, bro. Lay it down.
Your top 5.
Well, I ain't talking to you.
Fuck you, man. You're talking all the time.
Eminem is my number 1, easily. I'm a straight up stan, and I'm proud to admit, like, he shaped my whole steez.
Right.
Favorite rappers. Fuck, man.
Top 5.
And you even sent me these questions, and I'm like looking over them, and even when I'm like,
see, what happened was, now that we got to know you for about an hour, we knew you didn't get all the way to the bottom.
No, I got a little high. Came back to it a few minutes later. Even just now, I was upstairs with wifey. She's watching TV, and I'm like, I'm gonna go over these questions.
Yeah, the questions are just suggestions.
But yeah, top 5. So Eminem. Everyone's getting canceled these days, so it's a shame. Eminem, probably. I really, really fuck with J. Cole.
Yeah.
Old school niggas. KRS-One definitely has a place in my heart. Canadians probably. Chaos. Influence-wise. In terms of who's popping, my boy Mercules, he's dope.
Oh, dude, that guy's killing it.
He's destroying things. I love it. I love watching it.
Christ, man. He's got a track with Classified, didn't he?
And I was gonna say Classified. I like, he's definitely like a slept on favorite that I gotta bump at least once a year. You know what I mean? It's honestly such a hard question, even if you were to be prepared, because just like a lot of other people, my taste tends to shift based on my goals or the weather or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? So, I'm feeling nostalgic these days. So, that's kind of where my head's at.
Dig it.
So we know that COVID, you told us what you were doing during COVID, you got some shit ready, you're moving forward, banging out some tracks. But was there anything that was already planned? Any shows or projects or anything that was planned that had to get canceled because of COVID?
I was about to open for somebody really cool. I can't remember who it was.
Look at the
Oh,
list.
damn it. J-Reds, if you're watching, leave a comment about who
That's what I do with Alex.
I can't remember. I feel like maybe it was like a member of Rhymesayers or somebody. No, I don't think it was Rhymesayer. Fuck. It was somebody fucking really cool that I really admire.
And where was this show? Where was this show taking place?
I honestly can't remember, bro. And and that's the thing, like, that was such a lifetime ago.
It literally is.
Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm like, where was I when all this? I don't know. I was trying to get mine. You know what I mean? Like, I'm already so distracted. You know. Fuck. There wasn't really,
Any talks on this show coming back when COVID fucking.
Well, he's confident that as soon as he's legally allowed to, then he's gonna get the fucking ball rolling immediately.
Right.
And I believe that to be true. So, yeah.
That's crazy.
But you know what? I'm just praying that some of these venues in Edmonton can fucking survive, man, because we barely had a culture to begin with. And obviously this really pushed forward the new digital age, and we're gonna have to find a way to do live shows without looking awkward, or you know what I mean? Like it's a whole big learning curve, which I'm excited to be a part of, but there's always that whole stress. And when I first came into the music industry the first time, it was that was like kind of how it was going down. Like it was all CDs and like hopes of getting signed, and the whole format was still very different. As soon as we jumped on, it was like digital downloads, and nobody gives a fuck about labels, and you know what I mean? Like, and so it was like we've now had to adapt like multiple times. When before somebody could go through their whole career doing everything exactly the same, and no one was the wiser because not much changed about the music industry for a really long time.
I know. You're trying to keep up with the times, man. Everything changes.
Exactly. And now things are moving exponentially faster.
Right.
So, it's like it's a really weird type of survival because you've got to be constantly ready to renegotiate.
Well, yeah, the artist is doing everything. You know what I mean? From merch from merch to marketing, everything, and you got to learn all of this. And you only got pretty much 10, 12 hours in a day to make the time to do all this stuff. You know what I mean? And you got to find somebody to run with you to be able to take care of this and that, and you got to get out there. You got to be on the gram. You got to do this. It's a lot, man. I know it is.
It is a lot.
Yeah. And so that's kind of a stacked question and hard to answer, because very quickly it was easy to see that it wasn't about what I was focusing on before. It's like what I should be focusing on now. And I'm talking with a good friend of mine out in Barrie, Ontario. He's doing his own thing. He's trying to become a grant writer. He's also like kind of taken on the role as like somewhat of like a personal assistant and like confidant kind of, business advisor. And we're learning shit about the industry together, and I get to bounce my shit off him, and that's been really helpful. Nice. So, Operation Legitimize is, shouts out COVID as fucking brutal as that is to say, because obviously a lot of families are going through it. It really, really helped me to kick it into high gear. Just pure survival,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Trying to keep my head above water, everything else seemed pretty joyless, but the fact that I had someone to talk to about plans to make and grants to apply for and like real, campaigns to plan, that really allowed me something to be excited about. And 2021 or whenever this bullshit is over, I'm so excited to fucking destroy things. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
That's what we want to do with the podcast. We want to take this shit on the road, bro. And
actually
real live interview. That's our this is keeping us engaged, and we got to meet a shitload of great people on it.
That's right.
But that's our thing, man.
We're trying to get everybody.
At the end
Well,
of
I'm
the day,
definitely
it's
gonna
like,
follow you guys. All you earned another listener today, man, for sure.
man, I appreciate
I'm
that,
really
bro.
glad you guys had me on, and I'll share this, and I'll make sure other people are listening too. And fuck yeah, man, I'm
Yeah,
all about helping build dreams.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We all love it, man. We love shooting the shit with everyone, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone has a story, right? So, everyone has a story. Trippz, we have something fun here, man, just to get to people to get to know you a little bit more. So it's a little bit rapid questions. Just, it's pretty much, pretty silly questions. Like,
Rapid fire?
What's that?
You said rapid, like rapid fire?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much.
Hold on, before you speed round me, let me
do your thing, man.
Let me pour this wine up. Have one more bong hoot, and then I'm ready.
Let's do it. So, Bam, you got the questions in front of you, just in case my shit craps out again.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Not bad. 3 times tonight. Once backstage and twice on. But it came back pretty quick.
Yeah, pretty quick.
Yeah, came back.
Had a little echo for a second, but
it's because what it is. It's because my computer is still on, so it kind of like
gotcha.
you talk and it uses the push.
Yeah.
Okay, boys, let's do it.
COVID.
All right. So first question is, who's your favorite superhero and why?
Wolverine. Because why the fuck not?
Yeah, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. See, I always tell people I'm Magneto, and it has nothing to do against Wolverine. I've always said when I was a kid and I'm trapped in jail, I could always get out. It was always open those motherfucking doors. So your first celebrity crush?
Pink.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
One word to describe your rapping style.
No.
No?
Because I don't have one rapping style.
That's dope. That's dope. All right. Name one thing that's on your bucket list.
Move out of
I want to put a fucking electric motor in a fucking original Hummer and parade that shit around.
I like that. Let me know when you do that. That's going on the motherfucking podcast.
I'll come pick you up and go for a ride.
Let's do it. All right, man. What's your favorite food?
Yes.
Food in general?
Yes. Preferably the edible kind.
Your favorite TV show?
I'm ashamed of how much I watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
Like, it's really pathetic that I could probably recite the whole fucking show.
There's a few shows I can rewatch in the background. I don't know. Entourage
it's just
for me
so
was
easy.
brutal.
It's just so...
Yeah. Now these days? Yeah. Just like music, accessible, right? So,
yeah.
So besides music, what's your favorite hobby?
Fuck. Driving.
Driving?
Yeah.
I fucking hate driving.
It's
So
like...
you come pick me up. Because I fucking hate it.
It's
You like driving too.
Yeah.
It's like that thing, It's
just
like
relaxing.
It's like even if I wasn't doing everything I was doing, I'd probably still be in my car whipping somewhere. You know what I mean?
True enough. Last one, man. What's your favorite movie?
Fuck. Fuck.
Man, what's your favorite movie?
I'm gonna go with fuck.
Hold on, so let's ask Bam this question too. What's your favorite movie, Bam?
Damn, shit.
Never asked you that.
What's my favorite movie? Let's see.
I know mine.
Quite a bit. I got quite a bit of movies, man.
All right, you think on it. Trippz, what's yours?
Yo, it's called Nothing to Lose.
Nothing to Lose.
And it's with fucking some white dude and some black dude. Martin Lawrence.
Okay.
And some white dude.
Is it Danny DeVito? I don't know.
Yeah, some white guy. I can't remember who it is. Hold on. I have the internet. What's up?
we're all leaning in. Nothing to see. My favorite movie. Okay.
Martin Lawrence and Tim Robbins.
Oh yes.
And it was like a fucking car robbery gone wrong, and it was solid.
Yes, I remember that. E-Rock said.
In fact, I just watched Training Day for the first time last month. I seen Buddy say Training Day. Yeah.
Oh, there you go, Alex. See, Alex is like our stat guy. I'm telling you, he knows everything. Fuck.
Hmm.
My favorite movie was Below. Okay.
Below.
Blow with Johnny Depp.
Oh, Blow.
Yeah.
I thought you
Yeah.
said like Below. I was
Oh
like,
no, Blow. So
what?
this movie was, one of my favorites. When we had that, when we met Bam, I had a music studio and had this one TV with the fucking DVD, and it was the only fucking DVD in there. Must have watched it every single day.
So when everyone else had Scarface going, you were rocking Blow, eh?
But what happened was, it would always be like, oh, what do you have in there? I'm like, oh, same fucking movie. And we'd all be like, ugh. But we'd all get caught sitting down watching it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
I watched an interview with that real guy, that George guy, the guy that Johnny Depp plays.
Right.
That guy's such a fucking loser in real life that it makes me hate that movie now. I've been
Really?
liking so. Oh, it's so terrible, bro.
Oh, that is sad.
He is such a dink that I was like, oh, I gotta re-fucking think about my favorite movie. Fucking
Yeah,
And
no
that-
doubt,
and now that I've had time to think about my favorite movie, is Crush Groove.
Crush
Because-
Groove. What the
Crush
fuck is
Groove.
that?
See, that's a hip hop movie. It was done. That was actually, I believe, the first movie I've ever went to. You know what I
Damn.
mean? The movie basically revolves around how the start of Def Jam Records came about. You get what I'm saying?
Dope.
The Fat Boys was in it. LL was in it. Curtis Blow was in it. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Run DMC. You know what I mean? Everybody was in it. Sheila E. Yeah.
It's a 1985 movie.
That's right, man. It's the first time I went to the movies, bro.
Jesus Christ!
Damn.
But I was
I was
thinking,
5.
Fuck, man. 85? You weren't even
Oh,
born yet.
85? I
Yeah,
wasn't
I was
even.
5.
I didn't even. I thought you said 95.
No, 85. This guy's.
Well,
Yeah,
I keep-
85. I was.
I keep telling you, you guys are young.
I
You
know,
what
but
mean?
the thing is, like, with all the fucking Star Wars movies, you would think you would pick one of those.
Well, you got to remember, man. I was just getting into the hip hop. Everything was changed. I was in my teens now.
I
was
need
just
to
starting-
watch this movie now.
I was just getting into my teens, and I'm like, these dudes is coming through. They spitting and boom, boom. I watch hip hop grow. You know what I mean? So that right there was like, yo, that was it. I'm starting to really get into this music thing. I really want to, rap, rhyme, spit bars, do my thing. And then after that, now they started getting lyrical and maniacal with it. Then that come, P. Diddy with the party and nah. I've watched rap change over the years from this to that, to gangster to this, you know what I mean? And it's crazy. Like everybody go, your favorite West Coast rapper, Too Short.
Is it this
Look at
right
that.
here?
That's it right there.
Crush Groove, eh?
Yep, I'm telling you, boy.
fuck,
The
man?
Fat Boys, the one with the fox hat on, that's
Yeah,
Buff,
yeah.
the original human beatbox.
And
You understand?
the guys
All
on
that
the right and the
beatboxing.
blue, or those are the
That's Run DMC. That's
Jesus
Run
Christ.
DMC. Curtis Blow there. Oh, Blair Underwood stars in that movie too.
You're saying
Yeah.
like I'm supposed to know who the fuck
I'll
that
definitely
is.
peep that.
You know who Blair Underwood is.
Yeah.
Check that out. Peep that movie, man.
All right, I gotta find out. Yeah, I'll definitely look for that. Never heard of it.
Mm.
So 1,000 beers together, and this is the first time I hear about this fucking movie.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. This one, you got Crush Groove, you got Crush Groove, and you got Wild Style as well.
See, Wild Style sounds
Style was
something
before.
Yeah.
Wild Style was before.
So that sounds familiar.
But yo, if we're all picking our second, if we're all picking our 2 most favorite movies, then I would have to say my favorite movie after that would be Crash.
Crash.
With
Crash
like
is good.
fucking like Ludacris and fucking
Yeah.
It was a big cast, but yeah, that was a big ass movie in my life. I like that one a
That was
lot.
a good movie, actually. Now you
Yeah,
brought
yeah.
Ludacris was in it.
Yeah. I really, even as a kid, I loved the movies that like made you think about shit, and that was one of them. Mm-hmm.
Usually, like sometimes we play a game called Versus on here, and one of the verses was we had Menace to Society versus Boys in the Hood. That was a good debate.
Nice.
That was a really good debate. But yeah,
What?
there's. Go ahead.
I've only seen Boys in the Hood. I haven't seen all of Menace.
Menace is good, man. Menace
Oh
is,
no, you know what? I have seen Menace.
Yeah,
What I
yeah.
haven't seen is the spoof. Don't be a menace and blah blah blah.
Oh,
blah, blah,
drinking
blah,
in
blah.
South Central.
Yeah.
That's actually
Yeah,
fucking funny though.
I
That's
haven't
actually
seen it.
That's pretty
My
dope,
whole
man.
Trippz quotes it all the time.
Yeah, there's some
Should I
dope
rock
quotes.
this AK with this whatever, or should I rock this? Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. So, bro, we're gonna let some people know. Follow you on Instagram. That's Doom
Yes,
Trippz.
please
Doom
follow
Trippz.
me on Instagram. And I actually also have my own website that I totally was too high to tell you about previously.
What? All right,
I'm
give
sorry.
me the website. We'll throw it under there. We can throw it on all the comments and on YouTube and Spotify and all that other stuff.
All right, man. It's trippz.ca. Real simple. TRIPPZ.ca.
I'll make sure that shit's added on all our platforms, bro. And then you
Hey,
can catch
thank you so much.
So
Yo,
we can also
I'm
catch you on YouTube and Spotify. Is it under Doom Squad or is it under Trippz?
I have some of my own music popping right now, but also Doom Squad's music can be found on Spotify, and you know it's a lot of great music. Also, Kripo, Nine Lives, all of us have solo music up on there as well. So
That's perfect, bro.
Nice.
All right, bro. I'm gonna play before we end the interview. I'm gonna play your video, one of your more recent videos, the iPhone.
Cool, man.
Is it Drop a Ting? Is that what it's called?
Drop a Thing, nice.
Yeah. So when did you film this video?
Honestly, I whatever the date says on the video
On the actual,
I dropped it like 2 days prior.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it was like I was like, I have this cool idea. Like I've been doing this thing where I'm trying to like start to make my own beats now. But the whole goal is to like make my own beat, write to it, put it out that day. I haven't succeeded in a one-day thing except a song I did for my mom on Mother's Day. But that's going to be a lot of what I'm trying to do in the future is like make a song, write it, record it, put it out that day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like moving forward, that's a goal of mine. And this was my first attempt. It took a few days, but you know, that's what it is.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Brother, when you get on these award shows and stuff, and regardless, I want to know behind the scenes. So once you're done this, you know, you're in there.
You hit me up anytime, I'll tell you all the insiders.
I want to know what it was like, you know. I want to know if it's phony baloney or are they treating you guys good. I need to know.
Word.
You know.
I'm happy to go and whistle blow everything if I have to. Reshape the whole name of the game.
I love it, bro.
Wow.
Bro, thank you, man, for taking your time.
appreciate
Shoot the
you,
shit with
brother.
us, man. It was
Hey,
fun.
thank you for shooting shit with me. It was a pleasure. This is my first podcast, so thank you for having me on, man.
Our pleasure, man. We'll have you on again
All right.
soon, brother. Have a good one.
Take care.
The step counter in my phone registered me jumping around in the booth as 2,686 steps.
Yo, Trippz, you a fool for this beat. Yo, thank you, Trippz. Yo, Trippz. I don't need a topic to get it poppin'. I'm here just talking, feel it sockin', walking the illest block when it's 10 o'clock, and you gon' feel the top with the trip, spinning the killer crop, and ain't nowhere to go but the top. You ain't been here this often. My dome been simmering, bones been shivering, home oblivion, no one in my zone delivering. So for that pro bono, no, there's no considering, cause I'm grown. You can read it till you go illiterate. I know the mechanics, I'm handy with the steel toes planning, and if he don't understand it, he gon' feel those. My skill set and my lane self-paid, yeah, cause it's my journey, man, and I would never trade that. Get it, I got it, you bet it, I want it. And when you rent it, I'ma get it and pawn it. Get it and cop me a better one with the cheddar. Let him confront if he want it. It's my fucking credit, less pathetic than his chronic. Nigga, back, all up on the block. You ain't left the spot since LOG got spot. Getting all them shots. Mirror to that world wall. That would signify fly, that we would see that world, y'all. Ain't nobody new. We would be that new. And I ain't thinking local. If you don't like it, boo-hoo. A niggas want that vocal. A nigga be like true. I hit him with that feature price. A nigga be like true. I don't sweat it, nigga, like do you. Y'all niggas fly as pelican doo-doo. That's like my second cheesiest bar in this shit. I give your bitch some hickeys and make her leave with some blues clues. When I'm on my trip, shit, I fit the description. It's my 6th eviction, so like the weed, nigga. But I'm gonna get it, it's either bottom or better. I always body competitors, global new enemies. Making cheddar cheese, heavy G's. Everybody lately been so friendly. Let them suck, nigga, I'ma like the weed. But I almost got it, they always bought it, we always bought it. But they just want us to switch up and I just had to doubt it. It's Trippz, I finally got a hater. I've been waiting to be smiling on a hater. I've been waiting to go fly and see the Lakers. But I don't even like sports, but I'ma be like, nigga, where that lint brush? Bitch, get a picture to my section in a quick rush. And ain't no skimming on a nigga, this ain't nip tuck. I ain't got a plan, I'ma just invent stuff. Yo. Known to explicitly get with the friction. I'm just slick when I rip shit up like my weed, nigga. Ain't no competitors where I'm going to get it. And anybody that's getting it to helping me achieve it. Self if we can treat it well, if we can see it well, if we can teach it. Leeches will be hanging off of my fucking belt if they can reach it. But I'm almost in it, and when I'm in it, I'm swimming like I developed some fins in this bitch. Swimming in women and shit. Him and his friend don't get hella infinitely jealous of my seemingly heavenly penmanship. All the hell with it. You get it, bitch. Going fleet 2 units. I just did them so hard they started me too movement. Bitch. Yeah, That's how the fuck we doing it right now and forever and ever and ever. And I'm coming for you simple ass motherfuckers. I ain't been sleeping, I've been working, and y'all niggas know it now. Now that we on the same level, now that y'all know what I know, we gon' do it proper. And this is me, and this is consistent, and now I'm rambling, and this is awkward. So I'm gonna leave, and I think you should leave too. Alright, it's been fun. I'm back, feels good. The beat's still going though, I didn't anticipate this awkward part. We can cut this shit out though. Right? Like I could just rap and then they don't have to know about how awkward I am, right?